I told you in the video that I made last week about the hiring market trends in the world of digital procurement and supply chain that we'd observed a marked increase in demand in both Europe and North America recently. And I also talked about some of the reasons behind that. Today, having reflected on that, I want to talk about some of the trends that we're seeing and what they could mean for the market, particularly next year when many people feel market conditions are likely to improve. So I've picked out 5 trends. 3 are good, 1's fascinating, 1, from my perspective, not so good. We'll come to that last. So let's start with the first one. There's been a significant increase in demand for people with product experience in the world of procurement tech. And I think this signals greater investment in people and product from many of the best of breeds who want to get their solutions on point, ready for the next couple of years. Some of that could be stimulated by a lot of noise around AI and automation, but that's what we're seeing, and I think that's to be celebrated. When it comes to sales, which is a massive part of what we do, we work with so many different organisations to strengthen their sales capability. There's 2 things that have changed. The first one is really the bar is going up. Rather than sort of relying on traditional software sales skills, a number of sales leaders are saying to me, we really need people who can develop the business case with the prospect. They really need to work on a meaningful business case that's credible, can deliver significant ROI. That's what the challenge we're facing to sell our software, and I want people who can really work with customers to do that. So that's a notable development. I mean, we saw that earlier in the year, but certainly that's strengthened particularly recently. And then on the sales front, a lot of sales leaders are saying to me, we really need to address diversity in our sales teams. We're very white male dominated. We really need to put that right. And so it's to be celebrated that really these companies are focusing on having much broader diversity in their sales teams. That's not an easy thing to deliver in this marketplace. I think a lot of organisations need a much more longer term strategy on diversity, but the fact that it's being recognised is to be celebrated. Okay, on to the fascinating thing. So I can't say too much, but there are a number of organisations that are looking very, very closely about entering the procurement and supply chain tech arena. And I'm not talking about your spare bedroom startups. I'm talking about serious organisations, big resources, big names in the tech world, and they could really disrupt the market next year. So that is fascinating to observe, and we're enjoying our work with those people. And I think it's going to bring some really interesting people into the process and have quite a marked impact on the market in the next 12 to 18 months. And finally, the negative. So from my perspective, I am disappointed to see that the trend that I reported earlier in the year, where there's been an increase in demand for procurement excellence people on both sides of the Atlantic, it appears to have slowed in Europe, unfortunately. Still strong in the States, still lots of roles being advertised in the States, still lots of activity around procurement excellence and digital transformation specialists, but it appears to have tailed off a little bit in Europe, and I'm disappointed to see that because I think that's an area where CPOs really need to hire more to develop their capability and secure that ROI that I mentioned previously. So hopefully this is just a lull, and we'll see that market come back next year. But at the moment, there's not so much activity in that space, unfortunately. Okay, that's about all I've got time for. I hope you found it useful. Love your comments, love your feedback. You can post them publicly as well, you don't have to message me privately. It doesn't mean to say you're looking for a new job just because you watch this video. Okay, all right. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.